Devlyn, a very tremendous athlete as well, so I'm very excited to see it. And you said it yourself, these two have competed against each other quite often.
As recently as this past Sunday, in fact.
Really?
And of course it was Kelsey Raegan coming out on top. That was a hardcore match. Let's see, with the rules being enforced here tonight at Wrestling Open.
Well, we're going to have a very hardcore match later tonight, but we'll save this for a classic wrestling contest.
Here we see a lockup. I don't know who you give the advantage to, as Kelsey Raegan, a little bit more veteran experience, a pretty crafty pinning combination in the onset of this matchup. Devlyn already favoring her neck, but I think that perhaps just trying to buy herself a little bit of time, realizing that her initial strategy not bring her an advantage.
Joining us from the Orlando, Florida area, both of these competitors coming up at the same time, competing against a lot of the same competition, so that is why this could end up being sort of a back and forth contest because they know each other so well.
Both also have trained with Devon Dudley, as I think that Devlyn has fired the first shot, and Kelsey Raegan is responding in kind. A number of forearms, now looking for an Irish whip.
Off the ropes and sweeps the feet out. Does Macabre, goes for a home run shot there to the head, roll up, count of 2. Oh, nice knee there.
Kelsey Raegan taking her time, letting the moment sink in, trying to win over the fans here at the White Eagle in Worcester. Looking to build momentum off the ropes, and perhaps the referee being out of position saves Devlyn Macabre in that instance. And here she is arguing with the fans on the floor in front of us. Gets taken down with a somersault senton.
And that one looked as brutal as it sounded, as now Raegan putting Macabre back in the ring, knowing with this 10-minute time limit that you have to go in there and you have to keep pushing forward.
Gonna be looking to climb to the top rope. Devlyn cuts her off at the pass, just firing shots to the back of the neck. I think that Devlyn, with the strength advantage, also has the leverage here as well, Paul. Might have been looking for an iconic match, just slapping Raegan across the head. Oh, wow.
Sits out with it, and you want to talk about getting some sort of comeuppance and showing an evil aggressive side to herself. Macabre really unleashing that dark side.
I think that a big slam like that is certainly going to give her the advantage. She's got to be careful with a handful of hair. Just disrespecting her opponent with a boot across the face, a kick to the spine. And here you see some of the fans starting to come alive for Kelsey Raegan. She gets set into the ropes, and another trip. Oh, follows it up with a super kick.
Kick to the chin, right on the money. On the button, she could be out. But a shoulder up by Raegan here, and Macabre now trying to figure out her next course of action, because as we talked about, if you're new here in the 10-minute time limit scenario, it's something you're not used to. Usually you can go out there and pace yourself. These two have to keep moving as quickly as they can.
Just got to keep pushing forward, and again, bending the rules but not breaking them. As Raegan set up in the corner, just charging with a running boot. Her lights are out. I think if she can get her away from the ropes, it's academic at this point. But Macabre looking to do more damage, Paul.
Perhaps this is about more than just picking up a win. This is about making a statement against somebody you've been in there quite often in a new place and showing the world just what you can bring. Nice bridge. Only a count of 1, though, after all of that offense.
Raegan proven to be a very resilient competitor as the women's division continues to grow here at Wrestling Open. I'm gonna wonder if the victor in this one is gonna have their sights set on Anastasia Morningstar at some point.
That is that dark side, continuing to come out here instead of going for a victory, just wants to inflict as much damage as possible.
A shin across the throat, it's not gonna win you any matches, but it's certainly gonna keep your opponent down. Get very disrespectful, grinding the forearm, not gonna be disqualified for that. Sending a message to your opponent.
Charges in, Raegan out of the way, and now showing that determination after all of the damage done, showing that she is still in the fight.
Spinning soul ball, what can she follow up with? Oh, almost elevated to the floor, able to catch herself on the apron. A shot to the midsection, and just using the arm of her opponent to drive the shoulder into the turnbuckle.
Going high risk.
Get out of the way.
Hits it, high crossbody. And that gets a count of 2. Man, this one has been excitement from the beginning.
Great action as we see the sling blade, taking Devlyn down. You see the urgency to get into the pin.
There is a count of 2, and now Raegan having her bell rung a couple of times. Maybe not as clear-headed as she would like, but she is still going to bring the assault.
A little bit of a receipt there with that running boot in the corner, making sure the arms are pulled away from the ropes. While she was able to trap the right arm, unable to capture the left. This match will continue.
Time limit, 5 minutes remain.
And now hearing that announcement, something you don't hear in most promotions, but Macabre going a little underhanded there. I don't know if she had a handful of the hair, but nonetheless, it was pure aggression, and it just changed the tone here once again against Raegan.
Well, there you see the referee getting it. Oh, she's got to be careful. She's going to get disqualified.
And Macabre losing her cool here, showing once again her evil intention on that German suplex, makes the cover.
And that's where she's learned from her mistakes earlier in the match. All impact, no bridge, unable to keep her down with the fisherman suplex earlier, instead dropping her at a higher angle, trying to knock her out.
And she may have, if she continues to go at the pace that she's been going, if she goes for one more, I think that could be a wrap.
She's got to keep her cooler. She's going to get, this match is going to get thrown out, Paul. Getting in the official's face like that. Hey, got to abide by the official's counts. And now, maybe a big risk. Got Raegan set up on that top rope. Devlyn Macabre trying to find her footing. Got the trunks hooked.
Gonna try the superplex. Gonna try to bring her down from above, but Raegan continues to fight on here. And Macabre, this is a bad, bad spot for her.
Oh, what an impact on that powerbomb. The folding press and the victory.
Big win for Raegan here at Wrestling Open.
The time of the ball, 6 minutes, 31 seconds. Here is your winner, Kelsey Raegan.
And we want to thank our sponsors at Evans West and his son Kyle, at Mesa Media One. As you hear, please come back, chant here for Kelsey Raegan.
Big win for her, and what a display from Macabre as well. I wouldn't want to run into her in a dark alley anywhere, but she really showed a lot of heart here tonight. Of aggression, but still
Hey, that's
a great
what the
show.
Spotlight concept is all about.